Hello, I'm Coercer, and we're watching games from ArtifactCup number 31. We're now in round 3. We've seen one matchup from this round, that was Tren versus Noni Lemus, and now we're going to look at IceMan versus Ewok. Whoops, wrong button there. So we have, yes, IceMan versus Ewok. Ewok will be playing as the Coalition and IceMan as Gaussian, and the map is Firebase Grill. Once again, each round has a predefined map, so all the matches are played on the same map for a particular round. So we've seen Ewok and IceMan in action in previous rounds, and I'm pretty sure that IceMan has warmed up a bit more in the previous round, and pretty interesting to see how this pans out for him. So we'll be watching this from Ewok's perspective. He has spawned in as the Coalition, and he is immediately targeting the construction unit patches, and here we have IceMan as the Gaussian forces. He has also deployed his salvagers on his construction unit patches. He has not retired his base runner. He will of course keep his production cruiser, while Ewok has retired his base runner, and Ewok decides that he will go for a quick production sport cruiser and that should play out in his favor, since the worst he can expect as early game aggression from IceMan is a Sandskimmer rush, and even if that comes out, LAVs will be able to defend quite nicely against that, and if Ewok powers up his weapon systems, he should be able to defend against that as well. Not to mention that the support cruiser will of course heal the salvagers, so if IceMan doesn't have critical mass of Sandskimmers attacking, that support cruiser will delay the actual damage being dealt. So IceMan is now mining from all of the patches on his main. He has not yet sent any salvagers to his first bulkhead, while Ewok is just now opening up his first expansion resource site, so he will be mining with full efficiency from 2 resource locations, while IceMan is still on 1, but he does have how many does he have? 7 Sandskimmers out in the field. Ewok has spotted the forward scanner deployed by IceMan's base runner, and well, IceMan saved that. Yes, IceMan saves that scanner. It was very close to dying, but now of course Ewok knows that there's a large number of Sandskimmers incoming, and they go straight for the main resource line, while Ewok's first AAV pops out just in time, and as I guess Ewok will pop a smoke over those salvagers to protect them, and that AAV should be able to deal with these Sandskimmers, or at least scare them off. The second AAV pops out. IceMan picks up his first artifact, and he should be able to deliver it without any trouble. And these 2 AAVs are now rolling out to scare away the Sandskimmers. IceMan's production cruiser is hanging out here on this dune. IceMan is now making assault ships, and those can be quite deadly for salvagers. And indeed, if you build enough of them, they will just melt AAVs eventually. IceMan is now skirting around, trying to find a weakness in Ewok's setup, and as soon as that scanner picks up those 2 AAVs, IceMan retreats with his production cruiser. Wow, IceMan. Oh yeah, he captured one artifact, so that's why he has that much carrier power. He should definitely put some power into his systems, make sure that his carrier will be able to defend if those AAVs go straight for his base. And now that with that one AAV there, and indeed 2 AAVs here to protect that salvaging operation, these sand skimmers are rendered ineffective, and it looks like IceMan is just building AAVs for now. And IceMan is now behind economy wise. He does have assault ships on the field, but these AAVs can just plow through all of that damage. They have 2 armor upgrades, and they are very tough to deal with. The combined power of those assault ships and the Dalcian carrier, now that it has power in its weapon systems, is eventually enough to kill those AAVs. But I do believe IceMan lost 2 salvagers. Are there any wrecks here? No. I do believe he saved all of his salvagers, so that really wasn't that bad for him. But it looks like his base runner is now in trouble, as Ewok's AAVs are now out and about, hunting down anything that moves. And Ewok is researching Railgun Mag Accelerator upgrade, which increases the damage of the coalition railguns by 60. And he is getting a nice AV railgun composition rolling here. And oh my, if that production cruiser continues on this path, it will encounter those 2 AAVs and 3 railguns, and that could be very painful for the production cruiser, as the railguns will reduce the already low armor on these production cruisers, well, on this production cruiser, even further, and that those AAVs will deal a lot of damage with each salvo. But that scanner does provide enough early warning for IceMan to retreat with his carrier, with his production cruiser. And he does have a heavy railgun out, so if he continues building railguns, and if he positions them right here on this high ground, he might be able to mount a good defense. He is massing assault ships on the other side of the map. Looks like he is trying to ambush these AAVs, or at least drive them off. And indeed, fights between AAVs and assault ships tend to go in the assault ships' favor, so that really shouldn't be that of a big deal for IceMan. And Ewok is expanding to his second bulkhead, so this really isn't looking good for IceMan. He does have a ground force, but I'm afraid with his economy that far behind, Ewok will be able to out-macro him and outproduce him. And indeed, you can see the beginnings of that. These sand skimmers are trying to get to these railguns, but those AVs are slowing them down and providing enough cover for those railguns to get away. And IceMan is basically wasting those sand skimmers at the moment. It would have been much better if he would have just skirted around on this side of the map through the extraction zone and maybe tried to take out the support cruiser. But it looks like that this support cruiser is just hanging out here at that bulkhead, and there are no salvagers coming out. It looks like Ewok was just focused on building as many units as could. The assault ships are here in the middle of the map trying to escort that base runner, and if they stay hidden behind this dune for long enough, that one assault ship will recover. It's HP pool, but those 2 railguns are now just opening fire, thanks to these 2 AAVs tanking and providing vision.
artifact recovered.
Ewok
Authentication confirmed.
secures another artifact. Well, Ewok actually secures his first artifact. And IceMan is about to secure his third.
Deploying field logistic railgun
So
operational.
this is actually looking surprisingly good for IceMan, even though he is losing all of his assault ships here in this engagement, but his carrier will have a lot of power. And if he will realize that and
Hostile forces have recovered an artifact.
research refinery tech and just stick his production cruiser here and then try and dodge around all of these structures in the middle, and with enough speed on the Gaussian carrier he could just move in, deal some damage, move out, and basically force Ewok to support those forces better or to expose those railguns. So we'll see just what Ewok will be up to. What is he doing tech-wise? He is researching LEV assault back, and he has a force of LEVs out, just 5 at the moment, but that should be enough for a drive-by. LEVs are pretty much most effective when they just go in and drive past an engagement. If they stay and circle around, they tend to not to do that much damage. Now that those EAVs have those armor upgrades, they are indeed very tanky. And these tickle fights between assault ships and AAVs just never end. But should these railguns engage over this hill, for example, if IceMan would just plop down like 2 assault ships here and wait for these railguns to basically be forced to move down the slope, he could probably eliminate all of these with just 2 assault ships. Alas, Ewok now has the high ground with his railguns, and the heavy rails that IceMan had there on that dune were taken out almost immediately. And now IceMan is moving out with his carrier, and with enough power in his speed, range, and weapon systems, he should be able to reach these railguns. But I've experienced this before, and it's kind of hard to hit railguns when they're in this position, even with just assault rails or normal units, and somehow the rails are still able to fire down from the hill. So it's not really the best position to engage those railguns, but IceMan doesn't have much of a choice, and as discussed earlier, these LEVs activate their speed boost and are now just driving through these salvagers and killing them one by one. IceMan is defending with his carrier, and those Gaussian point defense guns are really good against LEVs, and he eventually mops them up. IceMan's economy is in shambles at the moment. He has how many? He has 5 salvagers. He is not mining efficiently from any of his resource patches, and basically if he'd let his salvagers just long distance mine from here, these railguns would be able to kill these salvagers quickly, and that really isn't that bad of a position most of the time if there are just rails there. Salvagers are not the best target for railguns, as the railguns tend to miss them a lot. So that's another bit of info there. So another engagement happening there, that side of the map. IceMan is desperately trying to make something happen with artifacts since he is in the lead. But Ewok has secured his second artifact, and now IceMan is just left with a powered up Gaussian carrier, 3 assault ships into production cruisers, and Ewok is just fielding a bigger and bigger ground force, and all of these high ground railguns supported with AAVs will just decimate these assault ships trying to move out, especially since there's another force on the other cliff, and these assault ships just get chewed up in moments, and it looks like it'll just come down to when Ewok will decide to move in with his forces and nuke down IceMan's carrier. There's pretty much no way IceMan can really do anything here. IceMan does pop out a scanner to see what's going on there, but it gets taken down almost immediately. And IceMan is definitely outnumbered, and with this amount of rails and high ground scattered around, and even these low ground railguns there, IceMan really doesn't want to expose himself too much. Unfortunately, I can't see what he's researching now, as this play is being played from Ewok's perspective. Ewok is now moving in closer with his railguns, and they're now starting to open fire on his production cruisers. I guess the best thing that IceMan could have done in this position is just try to research more and more carrier power, try to plow through Ewok's forces, but IceMan decides that he can't really do anything at this point of the game and concedes the match. So what we have now is IceMan with 1 win and 2 losses, and Ewok with 2 wins and 1 loss. So thank you for watching, and we have another match coming up in round 3. Bye.